views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its host, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent. What up, y'all? It's Tuesday. It's 7 o'clock. And like always, my intent is to be consistent and concise. Why? Because somebody got to do it. And it actually has a lot to do with what tonight's show is about. And that is about consistency, organization, and basically, order. Something that is dependable, something that is reliable, something that within this dance remains the way that it should. Good evening, Karen Foster. How are you? Thank you for checking in. So tonight, you guys, we're going to have an in-depth discussion with a gentleman that you all are very familiar with. And what we're going to talk about is probably going to ruffle some feathers. But it's okay, because this is how we get stuff done. Things have to get done around the community. We got a lot of contributors, and we probably have even more detractors. And that's people who've decided to get involved, so to speak, in the community at large. But it's okay, because hell, like I always say, we all need each other, good and bad. Dallas Brown is in the building. And before I get this thing rolling, because I'm going to try as hard as I can to make this a 1-hour show tonight, because I need a nap. Y'all know. Anyway, Jerome Cook, what's going on, family? Thank you for coming through. First, before I do that, let me give a shout out to my folks over at Tap That Ash, 111th and Halsted, right at the corner of 112th on the east side of the street. Y'all need to check that place out. If you're a smoker, if you love your cigars, or you just like great ambiance and you want to hang out, that is a fantastic place to go kick it. I had a really good time there 2 weeks ago, and you guys should go check it out as well. Tap That Ash, y'all. 111th and Halsted Street. And also, my fellas over there at Taylor's Road, y'all. You in Chicago, you need something cut, you need to get your gear together, you need to be funky fresh, and yes, go over to Taylor's Road. They got it for you. They got the good cuts, y'all, and they got the great tailor, and they will hook your stuff up to make it actually look like you are supposed to be wearing it and not somebody else. Starnia Lamar, how you doing? Janet Wooten is in the house. I see you. Also, do not forget, fellas, for those of you around the country, let me just tell you like this. I live in San Antonio. I want y'all to understand just how complicated it can be to get yourself some good gear when you don't live in Chicago. Now, maybe it's just the old school in me, the Mac in me, you dig? But I have a hard time finding my clothes of choice. So, of course, like the old days, we could either get it cut, or you can go over to Dress to Impress. You can hit the one on 95th Street, or you can hit the one on 147th Street out there on Sibley Boulevard. Go see my man, James Harris, Mr. Footwork James, because he got it for you. I'm telling you now, you want to come up out this joker clean, looking like $1 million, go see my man. All right. Adrian Norris, how you doing, my dear? Kenneth Jackson is in the building. Thank y'all for coming through and hanging out with your boy. Okay, y'all, I'm about to set this microphone on fire, because I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. I already know it's gonna be some toes getting stepped on this evening, and some people in their feelings, but I'm gonna do my best to make what we're gonna say tonight make sense. And there's a reason that is necessary. There's a reason they call it growing pains, because some of the stuff that you see and hear and some of the things that grow you are not often easy to digest. So therefore, we're going to check on how that's going to work. Linda Brooks in the house. Imani Dawson, thank you for coming through all the way from Hampton Roads, Virginia. We got Coast to Coast in the building tonight, y'all. We got folks all the way from the New York, from the East Coast. We got people all the way out there in Cali hanging out with us on Inside Stepping tonight. Let me get my guest on here right quick so that we can begin this journey down this rabbit hole, because we're going down a rabbit hole, y'all. I'm just telling you now. It's going to be interesting, so you might want to stay tuned. Let me see. I got to pull my stuff together here. Wait a minute. Where's my, oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Where's my guest? Come on, guest. Come on, guest. Yeah, he must be done walked away from the phone. Regina Freeman, what's up, baby? How you doing? Hey, you know what? You've been MIA, man. You're going to have to come out. You're going to have to pop out on us. You're going to have to pop out because we ain't seen you. We need to see you. We need to see you out here in these streets, Regina Freeman. Oh, there it is. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Let me fix some things right quick. Let me make some corrections here. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Josiah Burt. I still got Sunshine name up there under you. Let me get that off of there. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Man, listen here. How you doing this evening, sir?
I'm cool. I'm trying to connect, but I can't see you. You see me? I can't see you.
You can't see. Well, don't worry about seeing me. You okay? You don't need to see me. We're gonna do like we always do. We finna talk it up. We finna chat it up, chop it up, and talk about it. So, Joe, you know,
I'm getting my favorite spot. Hold on, I'm getting my favorite spot.
Okay. For those of you out there in Stepping Land who may not know this gentleman, let me. This is the dude. This is the dude from Boys in the Hood. He's looking like old boy from Boys in the Hood. He's dressed right for the night, y'all. Jerry Palmer King swing in the building. What's up, my man? C. Wands, how you doing? Miss D Knight in the building. Look, so Joe, I have tonight.
See you?
Huh?
Well, I can't see you.
Man, why you want to see me? I'm ugly. Hold on, let me see.
See me?
Hold on. Let me see if I can fix it so you can see me. I don't want you to. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know why I can't see you, man. I saw you before. I don't know what happened. Let me see.
No, you can see me, but I can't see you.
Right. Well,
I see Brian Forbes now.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can fix it so you don't be. I don't know why it's doing that.
I mean, it's kind of
hey man.
hard talking to.
Don't make this. I'm
looking at myself.
Don't make this complicated, man. You know you like to make stuff complicated. You know. Speaking of complications, Joe.
Yes.
All right. So for my audience out there in Stepping Land, if you do not know who this fella is, I'm getting ready to tell you. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Josiah Burt, one of the gentlemen who has been around this dance for many, many, many decades. I ain't gonna say years, I'm gonna say decades, because we are embarking upon what could easily become a very important and transitional period in this dance. And I want to preface all of this by saying that I want people to understand one thing very clearly. No matter what you hear tonight, no one, by no means, will ever be forced to do anything or told that anything is mandatory. There are things that you're going to hear this evening that will probably come as a surprise, and there'll be things that, you know, there'll be people who don't want to hear it. But here's a simple fact. The stepping game is moving toward organization. Would that be an accurate statement, Joe?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. I want to address, because here it seemed like in recent weeks the topic continues to come up. So what I want to do, I want to kind of break this down for our stepping family so that we get some clarity about what is actually required in order for this dance to become, because we have to, here's the real question. Are we going to continue down the path that we're on with the dance and it just kind of be willy-nilly or sort of, I don't want to say all over the place, but we have so many different people that are doing different things, and it seems like everybody thinks that their way is the only way. And I don't think that's fair for anybody. But there has to come a time where, in order for this dance to be recognized on a global scale, Joe, I would love for you to break down what the requirements are and what your journey has been like in regard to understanding that and being able to put it in a format that allows the rest of the world to view it in an official capacity. Yeah, I know that's a lot, Joe. Man, what are you doing, man? Quit playing with your phone.
Hold up, man. I'm just trying to get some volume on my phone, man. That's all.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I hear you. I hear you now. I'm just trying to get a bit more volume.
Okay. David Calhoun in the building. What's up? Tanya Hamilton, how you doing? I see your sunshine in the building. Valeria Connor, what's up? Helen Smith, there go my homie. Helen, I seen you on the TV, Helen, over there hanging out with them boxers. I saw you. Arjnell Anderson, how you doing? Janet Wooten, man, look, that was Helen, what was your thoughts on the fight? You were there. What did it look like to you? Rochella Palmer, what's up, baby? That's my honey right there. Rochella, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to Chicago. I missed you last time I was home. I didn't see you, but I'm going to see you. Letitia Jackson, hey. So, Joe, you done working on your phone, man?
Nah, I've been. I was just waiting on you.
Don't wait on me. Okay, so tell me your thought. Give us an idea of what that journey looks like. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Before I even say that, let me back up because I have to preface it with a little bit more, and here's why. Ladies and gentlemen, let's when we talk about the history of this dance and its progression through the years, not evolution, progression through the years, let's keep in mind that the people who originated this dance were not the most educated, and I use that for lack of a better word, most knowledgeable, most business savvy, and other adjectives of that nature, just to kind of put it in a certain perspective. Let's keep in mind that just because a person is a good dancer does not make them an organizer, a leader, a business person, educated, or many other things. Good dancer is a good dancer. Let's separate those things. And I say that as a preface because the last time somebody made any kind of an attempt to organize this dance, we had a bunch of people, all of whom would not bow down to anyone else. And when I say bow down, I do not mean that in a derogatory fashion. I mean that everybody cannot be the spokesperson, the leader, the front man, or individual who has the ability to convey what it is that we do on a level that can go into a boardroom. Let's put it that way. That can go into a mainstream scenario where, let's just use some, major company, and they come in and say, hey, look, we want to do something with Steppin'. Are we going to have a bunch of people stand up there? Well, I'm the only one that knows what's going on. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I can do this and I can do that. But can you put it on paper? Can you articulate what this is in a way that translates professionally? Every dance that we're familiar with today operates in a professional light in its own right. We need to be moving in those directions for the purpose of growing and expanding the dance, because let's face it, the cat is already out the bag. Joe, let us know what it looks like to go through the process of literally documenting and putting this dance as my man Joe Madison, the late great Joe Madison would say, putting it where the goats can get it.
uh, when it comes to dancing, you have to write the dance down.
Okay, but Joe, now you say write the dance down. Break that down, man. Like
Okay,
I
okay,
see. Okay, let me back up. I know what you did. I know the work that was put in. Let me put it like that.
okay.
When you say write it down, explain that in terms of what that actually entails. Like explain the amount of detail, energy.
I know. Just
Go ahead.
okay. So you have to write the dance down, and what I mean by write the dance down, if you have any particular dance, just any particular dance, you have to understand first the fundamentals of this dance. And when I say fundamentals, I mean the fundamentals that will make up a complete basic dance. You hear this first on Brian Show. Because I know once I start saying some things, you will hear other people use these things now. So I'm saying it now so you understand. Because a lot of you probably, when people say your basics, the only thing they think of is the basic 8 steps. Or they say the 8 count. And that's not the basics. So you hear it first here on Brian Show. Okay? You have to understand first what makes a complete basic dance. That does not include your personal skill set and your personal style and your flair that you put with it. We talking about the basic fundamental part of a dance, uh, 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 that's basic, that's fundamentally sound, that's universal, that everybody should have. That's what a basic dance should be. And then once you understand what that actually is, then you have to be able to break it down and write it to explain every integral part of that basic dance. And what I mean by that is when you explain the basic 8 steps, you have to give them understanding on how it operates. A left turn, how it operates, a right turn, whatever the case may be. You have to break down each of those things and explain it word for word, like a manual. Basically, what you're writing a manual. It's like if you're trying to put something together. If you go to the store, you buy nowadays everything you buy in the store, a dress or whatever came out of places. You have to take it out the box and put it together. And then you got a diagram to tell you A, B, C, and D, and what goes with it, what goes with what, and stuff like that. So basically, that's what you're doing with this dance. You have to be able to explain step for step, word for word, how each move operates to be able to be able to write it down. Once you get it wrote down on paper, and get everything squared away, then you get somebody to go over it. You get people to prove what's been written. You have to be able to uh, uh, speak or say whatever's written down, and the person has to be able to perform it for you to know that this what you wrote down is the actual factual or how the move actually operates and what it should look like. After you get all that done, then you get with a lawyer and tell the lawyer what you're trying to do, and that's basically the process in a nutshell. I didn't like going like deep detail, but that's in a nutshell. Brian, see, I can't see you, so I don't know what's going on. I'm talking, and I can't. We having technical difficulty, B. Trying to reconnect. You probably can hear me, but I can't hear you.
You know what? That's my bad. I got that my bad. That was on me. I did that. I know I see what I did. I was trying to I was making some adjustments over here and I made a little mistake. Anyway, so okay, so Joe, by the
Yeah.
time you have done all of this, now ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear. Yes, this has been done. Josiah Burt has actually done this. It has been laid out. Now, in doing that, Joe, give me some idea, man. How long did it take you to actually lay out and diagram the actual basic foundational dance that we recognize in Chicago stepping?
About 4 years.
4 years.
Because it took about 4 years because I want this way. Okay, Diane, we was in Chicago. Diane Dabney said this, and a few other people might have said it. But Diane Dabney was standing next to me, and she said, "We're gonna mess around and let another ethnicity take our dance from us." This is what she said to me. And I used to wonder, why haven't nobody in Chicago secured our dance? Why haven't anybody secured it?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody gave an answer.
Well,
nobody said,
I'm gonna answer that for you. Let's break it all the way down. And the reason I want to be this thorough on tonight's show is because I want people to understand that we are headed in that direction. And the simple fact is, when we ask the question, why hasn't anyone done it? No one's done it because, number one, nobody took the time to figure out how something like that even gets done. Excuse me. You, on the other hand, did take that time and you dug into the process of understanding what is required in order for an entity, let's not just say this dance, but an entity to be recognized on an official, on a professional, and on a business scale, a legal and legitimate scale. And you did that homework, and then you began to document. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me be clear. All of the steps that you take within this dance have literally been written down in a format that is clear, concise, laid out, articulate, and registered. Now, am I right, Joe?
Yep.
Okay. So, now here's the thing, you all. Moving forward, now I'm telling you this, you're hearing it here, right here on Inside Stepping. I've played around with the subject. We've talked around it. We've teased it. But I'm going to make it real clear right here, right now. No one, black, white, or purple with pink polka dots, is in a position to co-opt this dance moving forward. Mr. Burt took it upon himself to document and lay this dance out in a way that if anyone else were to attempt to do this, there will be legal ramifications. Now, let's be very clear here. He didn't do this for Josiah Burt. He didn't do this to say, look what I did, y'all, I'm in control. He didn't do that. He did this to solidify the dance for everyone else in the community so that we don't lose what we created like we have so many times in the past. Because everything that we do culturally manages to get co-opted. Everything, rap music on down and up, down, you can side to side. Everything we do culturally, somebody wants to put their hands on. Go ahead, Joe.
Let me give you an example. Okay. I was in Chicago that year. This had already been done.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the year at the World Largest where Vernon got on stage and said he owned Steppin', Boppin', and
Yeah, I remember that.
So let me explain why. So I was at home. I didn't go to the World Largest. I was at home. And I was asleep because we was going to leave and come back to Tennessee. Me and Pony Mac and Adolph was on Adolph's house. And they was watching it. And when he said it, Adolph, it kind of like he had like a look of surprise and almost like kind of scared, like, what's going on? And he said, man, that dude say he owns Steppin', Boppin', and Walking. And Pony Mac laughed. He said, why you laughing? He said, 'cause that dude don't own nothing. He said, what you mean? He said, man, Joe copyrighted the dance already.
Mm-hmm.
And he woke me up. We was getting ready to go in a little bit. He said, Joe, this dude say he owns Stepping, Bopping, and Walking. I said, okay. And I rolled back over. Was going back to sleep. He said, no, man, for real, look at this. I said, look at what? He said, look at this dude. And I said, okay, let me see. I said, okay. And this is actually what I said. I said, okay, he owned those 3 words that he said. I said, he owned those 3 words, Stepping, Bopping, and Walking. Then I said, look how he got it spelled.
Right.
I said, and not only that, he owned those 3 words because all he did was make a trademark of a banner. So he owned that, but that's not the dance. He said, what do you mean? I said, you can't trademark a dance. You can't patent a dance.
Right.
You have to copyright a dance because it has to be written.
Right.
So you have to write it step for step. So he just got a piece of paper. He just got a banner with the words on it. Now he's scared the stepping world. and I brought that up to make a point. That's just like if somebody would have did what I did from another ethnicity or anything and wanted to really take over this dance, they could have, and what nothing Pete or nobody in Chicago could have did.
Right.
And this is what I mean, because there are legal ramifications. Because let me explain to you what the lawyer said to me. The lawyer explained to me and said, no one person can own a dance. He said, but everything that you wrote down in this manual belongs to you. He said, so if you wanted to bring people up on charges or take them to court because they're using this dance, he said, you could. I said, I could. He said, this is what he explained. He said, if people are putting this dance in places and didn't get your permission, you could send them court papers and bring up legal charges against them for using it. And they don't have a leg to stand on because you have it written down and it's in the Library of Congress. He said, you could do that. So he explained a lot of different things. So I was like, man, now somebody ignorant.
Wow.
Just like, if they'd have done that, they'd be talking about they own the dance and they would charge watch this, they would charge every promoter.
Every promoter, every instructor, everything.
Every event, the world larger, he could tax them and make them pay him. Or he could have it all shut down and sue everybody. Hold up, watch this. And then that dude named Fiker will show up.
Yeah, that dude. Don't nobody like him.
Yeah, that dude shows up. The IRS. Because we know how this game actually goes.
Right.
I don't have to say no more than that. But we know how this goes. Because, taxes is far from a lot of things.
Oh, boy.
Unless you got...
Look, the taxes, the liability, the insurances, the list goes on.
LLC, that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of things that could mess this up. But that's not why I did it. I did it based off what Diane Dabney and a few other people in Chicago said to me. What I did was I took the dance and I secured it for the city of Chicago that where no one else can come and claim the dance. Now, understanding a copyright lasts the lifetime of the person that wrote it and 70 years after. So it stays on the book for, I guess you said, what's generation, 10, 15, 20 years?
Yeah.
So it was on the books for 2 or 3 generations down before anybody could mess with it. You see what I'm saying? If that was the case. But that's exactly what it was. But now, going back to what you said, Brian, how can we make something happen? Reggie Miles was talking about Steppers, Walkers, Boppers Association.
Right.
Right. Okay, now, I'm not a bopper. That's not my area of expertise. Watch this. But I can teach it and I know it because I grew up watching it and seeing it. So I know the basics and step to the bop. But that's not my area.
Right.
And that's the reason I said that. Okay. But I would do a Steppers Association. And what we would have to do is find out all what's the legal ramifications that we would have to go through to get it where it's recognized by the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, based on what you're saying, the requirement, I think the burden of requirement at that point will be a matter of it becoming a governing entity in that. Now, this is where I'm getting ready to probably piss off some people. You got people walking around in the steppers community calling themselves master instructors.
Come on, man. Let's discuss that.
We've got people walking around who have literally said that they have certified other people as dancers and so on. And I would like to know what that certification derives from. Where is their registered scenario that says that they are an expert in that arena? And the only people that legally can be called an expert technically is you, because you're the only person that is sanctioned legally to determine that a person is qualified based on the information that you have already laid out. So how is someone else a master instructor?
Well, it's some things that I heard somebody say. Matter of fact, I heard Tracy Bibbin say it, and I heard you say it. But in the village of the blind, the one-eyed cyclops is king.
The one-eyed, that's right. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Yeah,
cyclops is king. Is king. Until somebody come along with full vision and peripheral and everything.
Right.
All right. So basically, the way our dance is gone, people come up and call themselves instructors. Nobody knows the difference when you're coming into the dance.
Self-proclaimed instructors.
What the dance consists of. Because they haven't been taught. So they have to go on the word of whoever's instructing them. So they gonna lie to you. So here we go. Now, I'm not calling out not one person that call themselves an instructor right now. But what I am finna do is explain right now to the stepping communities. Let me explain to you what instructors should be.
There you go.
If people call us instructors. Remember, let's do it again. You heard it first on Brian's show, Inside Stepping. You heard it first here. So let me explain to you. A basic instructor is somebody that knows how to teach you. Watch this, the basics. Now watch this, how I say this. Because I ask a lot of people across the country, what's your basics? And they can't explain to me what their basics is. They say their basics is the basic 8 steps. And I'm not going to go into detail on it, but I'm going to explain a couple of things. If you ask somebody what's their basics, and they'll say the basic 8 steps, or they may say left turn, right turn. No, that's not the basic, because the basics consist of a complete basic dance. If you don't have a complete basic dance, then you really don't have the basics. Because you build off the basics. There's some steps that you go through. Got it all wrote down. I'm not going to go through all them steps, but I'm explaining to you what you're supposed to look for in instructors, people. Stepping community, this is what a basic instructor is supposed to know how to do. A basic instructor is supposed to know how to give you a complete basic dance. But most instructors I see, they go take privates with people that they look up to in the dance and different things, or they try to find some type of move or something, and they come back and teach it to their class. Half the time the moves are kind of jacked up because the instructors are not that good themselves. So they give you shade tree stepping moves with people they're trying to figure out how to do. Okay? Then workshops. Workshop instructors are a little different. A workshop instructor, he's there to give you something to add to a dance that you're supposed to already have. He's just giving you a couple of hot pieces to go with what you say you already have. But most time people go to workshops, they don't really have too much of nothing because their instructors don't give them what they need. Now, let's keep it moving. Brian, you still there? Because I'll be talking to you and there.
Hey man, I'm right here, baby. I'm following along. You dig? You know me.
I can't see you, so I don't know nothing.
I'm right here. Okay. Keep going. Don't look. So now, don't stop now, baby. You on a roll. So now you got a basic instructor. So let's go into that master instructor, as they say.
Let me explain something to you about a master instructor. If somebody called themselves a master instructor, don't care if they got any little thing wrote down, because people got things wrote down on a piece of paper and got terms and uh, 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 some spins or whatever on a piece of paper. Listen to what I'm going to say to you. If you are a master, or you're not, let me say this first, you're not a master instructor. Because if you were a master instructor, this is what you would know. You would not only know how to teach a basic dance, but you would be able to teach a basic dance. Brian, you still there?
Yeah, keep going, man. Keep going. We good.
You would be able to teach basic dance, plus be able to teach a person footwork and help them build a skill set and a style to go with the basic dance that you gave them.
Mm-hmm.
Not only would you know how to teach them a basic dance and be able to teach them how to do footwork, male and female side. Notice what I said, male and female side. Mm-hmm. You also would know all the facets of this dance. You would understand the original dance.
Mm-hmm.
And you will understand the old school dance, the Y2K, and you'll be able to understand the new school dance.
Right. And let's preface it by also saying, don't forget that old school is technically new school, Y2K. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. The new school has more the spins and the terms, and I don't get into the deep detail about why it's that way, but understand what I'm saying for us. This is what a master instructor should be able to do. He should be able to teach you the original, because he's a master instructor. He should know about that. He should be able to teach you the old school, and he should be able to teach you what the new school consists of. That's basically spins and terms. So that's still added to a person's skill set and style.
Right.
Also, he should understand what the walk is, and be able to teach the walk as well. He should also be able to understand the origin of this dance and how it came from the bop into the new bop.
Mm-hmm. Not just that, but be able to articulate what that means.
You can understand it, then you can articulate it and explain it to people and even show them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you call yourself a master instructor just because you learned how to give people some turns and spins, and you probably got people paying you, and I'm even say you probably got them on contract or whatever the case may be, or whatever y'all deal is, just because that's real professional. That looks good. But that don't make you no master instructor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people might get their feathers ruffled because I said something. Really don't care. Like I said, the reason I really don't care, because we can play the court game, but that's gonna hurt the whole dance. Don't want to do that.
Right.
Just want us to be able to come together and build something that's gonna last.
Well, there's always that other thing too. You know, Joe, you ain't hard to find. They can always see you on the floor.
Whatever it is, you know. I mean, look here. Let me say this. Before Deion Sanders started saying that and coming over the shirt was saying I ain't hard to find, I've been saying that.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I'm gonna say Prime got that for me. He must have heard me say that. It was a time when I was in the army where I used to wear my hair when it was short and stuff. They be talking, man, you look like Deion Sanders. I said, no, Deion Sanders look like me. I'm the oldest.
Nah, that part. Yeah, I get that same thing with the long hair and the Snoop Dogg. No, my hair was long before Snoop's. I cut it off and grew it back. You did?
Yeah. Hey, you was running around with dollar bill and them.
You understand me? Don't play no games.
With the butter.
DJ Calvin in the building. What's up, baby? Hey, Erica Nicole. Livinita Barlow, I see you. Rich Jackson in the house. Why? Hey, Joe. Right quick, let me ask this question. So why on YouTube wants to, she say, whoever it is says this conversation is going in circles. Do me a favor and put your comment down there and tell me why you think it's going in circles. Because I'm real interested in finding that out. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, she said we talking in circles?
Well, you know, hey, look, man, listen, everybody's going to have their, you know.
Well, then, I mean, you know what? You know, like I said, I ain't hard to find. We can straighten that out. We can talk about this.
You understand me? So
I want everybody to understand what's going on. Look at, it's a lot of things that haven't been going right in this dance, and it's looked like it's going left kind of fast.
It is.
We want to try to reel it back in so people can get the true essence of what this dance actually is.
Right. Get the actual dance and grow it. See, okay, so Joe, let's also, I want to also mention Because I'm just gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? All y'all, everybody out there knows in inside stepping land that, you know, Joe, me and Joe, we go, we homies. We got, you know, we got some history, we got, you know, uh all of that. And the bottom line is
Now,
this right here.
hold up, Brian, before you finish, let me say this real quick.
Go ahead.
We ran into each other in Texas. Check this out. We ran into to each other in Texas.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
But we go all the way back to tumbling in CVS.
That's back in the
same
80s.
crew that I was with when we tumbled and thing. The year I left, you came in with the same crew. We know some of the same.
We
people,
ran with the same people. Now, I said all that to say, yes, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Yeah, I'm a cheerleader. I'm cheerleading this whole thing. And here's the reason why. Not only because Joe is an upstanding person with integrity that I like, but the simple fact is the things that he's done and the things that he says make sense. Not to mention the fact it's true. This is not a speculative, opinionated show. What we're telling, the information that we put out here, that we're putting out here right now, these are facts. This is the reality of where we are. What we're hoping to do is to grow the dance and the community moving forward in a way where it's palatable and it got guardrails on it. Where now moving forward in the future, because now I'm gonna put this out there, Joe. I'm gonna let you expound on it here in a minute. But there's a program created by Josiah to instruct instructors so that the uniformity.
Hold up, Brian.
Go ahead.
Brian, hold up. Before you go there. All right, this is the thing. See, I gave you basic instructor and I gave you master instructor, didn't I?
Right. Yeah.
I didn't give you the last one, which is a grand master instructor.
Break it down, bro.
A grand master instructor not only knows the basic dance and all aspects of the dance and can teach all the aspects of the dance, but a grand master is the one who builds instructors. Now, go ahead with what you were saying, bro.
Right. Okay. So now, my point is that the way that this plan is being laid out and should work is that if you say, for example, you live in New York, we got a lot of really new dancers in New York. Shout out to my New York family. Y'all are the bomb. They are coming up in the dance and they love it. But I'm using y'all as an example right now. Let's say we got people out in New York who have a instructor that has come through this process and understands the dance, the basic dance, not the basic 8 count, the basic dance. And they say, well, you know what? We got to go out to California next week and we're going to be out there on business, but I'd like to hit somebody's class. Well, guess what? If they've come through this process, understanding what these laid out basics are, and we ain't talking about your personal skill set, the other things that come with the dance where you do your turns and all that, you got your personal flavor. We talking about the basic dance, not the basic 8 count, the basic dance. And you go out to California, you say, well, I want to go out there and take a class with so-and-so. Well, guess what? There's going to be a level of uniformity involved where you can actually do that and not feel like you're lost and don't know what's going on. It will be uniform across the nation and across the world as the dance begins to grow and blossom the way that it should in the mainstream. So you may very well see stepping on Dancing with the Stars someday under this process. Go ahead, Joe.
That process that you talk about, that's what I was talking about, the dance being universal. So what you do is you teach instructors how to instruct under the same umbrella.
Right.
That way, when they teach in different cities, it makes them different. Where you go, you're going to see the same basic format outside of nuances and skill set and style.
Boom. That part right there. And
you see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But for the step community is concerned, like I said, it's a lot of people running around here saying a lot of things. Listen, it's a lot of people that wrote things down too.
Yes, there are.
Listen to me. This ain't trying to disrespect anybody or none of that, because they had opportunities. It's people that written down things and said they invented particular things in this dance. Nobody invented particular things in this dance. This dance came about because Sam Chapman seen some guys doing some footwork and different things and getting down on the dance coming out of the bop into the new bop,
Mm-hmm.
using two hands to one hand, and called it stepping.
Right.
And the name stuck. And that's how we ended up with the name stepping back in the 70s.
That's it.
It wasn't called Chicago style stepping. It was called stepping. Bottom line, cut and dry. It wasn't called old school, none of that. It was called stepping.
Mm-hmm.
I guess nowadays you have different names just to separate the different styles of the dance. But it's flat out stepping.
Mm-hmm. Calvin Hayes, my man DJ Calvin in the building. He asks, is it too far gone to implement that process? I'm gonna say no, but Joe, I'm gonna let you take that one.
No, what it is, okay, first of all, you can't make people do nothing they don't want to do.
Absolutely not.
But what you want to do is find people that are like-minded, that want to see this dance go where it need to go, to build an association, to get that association put on the books.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's recognized by the country for as other dances are concerned, to try to build and make this what it should be. That can work. And then let everybody else who want to be part of it come on in as it go.
There you go.
Because you want to put out a good product. And what I mean by the good product, you have so many people talk about they throwing parties to build a dance. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say flat out right here and now, you're lying. Because a party does not build a dance. A party may build and put a little money in your pocket, but it's not going to build a dance. What builds a dance is the dance itself, knowing how to teach it and give it to others that they may grow the dance.
Mm-hmm.
But you yourself, if you throw a party ain't never built a dance. A party may build morale, mm-hmm. but a party don't build no dancers.
Right.
And it doesn't carry the dance at all. But parties are nice, but people trying to get money. But we can make it grow. Hold on, Brian.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Who said we talking in circles? That's what I want to know.
Well, they hadn't responded back yet. Don't worry about it. So here's the thing, Calvin. Let me break it down for you a little bit further. What the expectation is, because let me just be, we've been holding on to this for a while now, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it out there because this, like he said earlier, nobody is required to do nothing that we talking about. This is about building. Now, what the hope is that there are individuals who will see the usefulness, the progression in what's taking place and say, you know what, I want to be a part of that because it is official and it is moving in a direction that is going to benefit the entire community. Or you can be one of those people, which there will be a lot of, man, ain't nobody doing all that. That's fine. Y'all go on over there. We cool. Go ahead.
Hey,
go ahead, Joe.
Most people that say ain't nobody doing all that are people that try to instruct you don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, pretty much. And they don't want, and egos are huge. People don't want to feel like they don't know something. Think about how many times we've seen men come in this dance who literally, I just want to dance. They don't want to learn it properly. They don't know how to lead. They don't know how to do the things that need to be done in the dance. And they just feel like, I'm going to do it my way. Let me tell y'all something. One of the,
Brian, before you jump on them, let me come to their defense first.
Go ahead.
I seen a lot of men come into this dance and don't stay.
Right.
I seen a lot of men say what you saying. I'm gonna just do it my way, because this is a part of why we need a good structure in this dance for as instruction is concerned. Mm-hmm. Because most people, and I'm speaking off all the places I've been across the country and what I've seen when it comes to workshops, classes, and everything. Mm-hmm. All the classes across the country are catered to women.
Right. 90% of them.
They don't give guys manly dance moves. Mm-hmm. Now, when I came back into the dance, the new school,
teach a proper lead. They don't teach the proper lead. Go ahead.
And the stuff looked masculine. Now you got guys trying to line up in lines with the women because they're not getting stuff that the guys get, and they're learning moves that females do. Mm-hmm. And all they work is kind of feminine looking.
Right.
Because nobody's giving them the manly side of dance moves and how things should be done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got people like I said, men got ego. Nobody want to act like they don't know this, especially if you've been instructing for a little while. Well, you don't want to act like you don't know this. Oh, I don't need all that. You need it. Because when we watch you teach and things you say, you're terrible. Why? Why am I saying that? Because I'm looking at the students that you putting out.
Right. The product is being put out here for people to deal with. Kathleen Rose Davis, do me a favor. She put on there, Dave Max is already doing that. Put on there, tell me what Dave Max is already doing. I'm curious. Now let me give y'all a lesson in ego and how thinking that everything that you do or have done in the past is the way that everything, you know, I ain't gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That's them new folks doing that. Let me give y'all a lesson in that right quick. As I sit here doing this show, I'm gonna tell y'all a little quick story. About 12, maybe 13 years ago, about 12 years ago, maybe 11, something like that. My daughter was dating this guy that lives here in Texas. Young dude, little computer nerd type, you know, little streety computer nerd, if that's, you know, that's the thing these days. Well, he said to me one day, he said, hey man, let me get $100 to put on this thing I'm working on. And I said, I'm like, well, what is it? He said, it's cryptocurrency. I got these mining machines. I'm mining cryptocurrency. And I was like, what the hell is that? So I said, what is it? And he tried to explain it to me like, you know, it's money, it's this, it's that, and I'm up here in my ego, in my old man mode, talking about, man, go on with that. I ain't interested in all that. I'm gonna stick to the good old fashioned greenbacks, right? Well, he was mining Bitcoin. And back then, Bitcoin was probably, there were times where it was 25 cents a coin. It was $1. He said, give me $100 and put on this. I was like, man, go on with that. Right. And it was during a time where even his friends was sitting on thousands of Bitcoins and just selling them off when they went to $1. Ooh, I'm selling mine. I'm going to get my money out of this. Today, Bitcoin hit $91,000 a coin. Now just think if I had given him $100 on Bitcoin when it was 25 cents a coin. Imagine where I would be. I probably wouldn't be on this damn show. Let's keep it a buck. My point is, we can't always rely on what we think we know, especially when there is a potential for things to be better. At least keep your mind open and check your ego at the door. That's all I'm saying.
See this is the thing, Brian. Mm-hmm. Everybody is teaching things in the dance. Because this is how I wrote what I did. People are teaching things in the dance, but they teaching parts. Mm-hmm. And it's taking people 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years
right
to get the dance right. When they should be able to have a complete basic dance within about 6 to 12 months.
And not have to take another daggone class.
Not for as basics is concerned. Right. You could take your privates and stuff to get the.
Well, I mean, the privates and the workshops would be if you wanted to get a particular turn. But let me show y'all the beauty.
Or particular dance move or footwork piece.
Right. Now let me add this, Joe. Let me show y'all the beauty in what he's saying. You go to these workshops and these instructors will give you a certain set of turns or a certain set of moves, and you are doing them, but you don't even really understand where they belong in your dance, because your basic dance, not basic 8 count, is one thing, but the basic dance, if you understand your basic dance, you'll know where these moves go within that basic dance, and all it does is increase your ability to maneuver on the floor properly. Most people give you this stuff in workshops, you don't even know where to put it. You get it right now and you forget it tomorrow.
Most guys that dance, you teach them how to do a basic step, and then you show them how to do spins and turns, but they don't know what they're supposed to be when they're trying to accomplish these combinations that you give them. Mm-hmm. Because they don't have a basic dance. So people teach bits and pieces, but they don't teach it complete. Somebody like Mr. said, Dave Max is doing it anyway. This is not a jab. This is not a jab at Dave Max, because I don't really know Dave Max. Okay. But this is what I'm gonna say. People can talk a good game on the dance, can give you some swelling words, but I want everybody to always remember this right here. If what they tell you does not transition to the dance floor, it ain't no good.
That part.
Because what they tell you will be about this dance.
That's fact.
And whatever they speaking to you, if it doesn't transition onto the dance floor to make you better than what you are or to give you better understanding, the information is no good.
There you
Now,
go.
I'm gonna say it again. If any instructor, anybody got a problem with what I'm saying, holler at me. Matter of fact, we can record it. I can show you, but I can tell you.
Now, y'all heard that. Anybody out there, y'all instructors, that people that call yourself instructors, those that are actually instructors. You have an open invitation to get at Joe.
Don't get upset.
Because the product,
Listen,
this ain't no challenge or nothing like that. It's about proving the product. The product is proof within itself. What's up with you, Donna Ross? Look, hold on. This is my girl Donna Ross on here now. We grew up on 79th Street together. That's one of my cradle to the grave right there. She sit up here talking about, okay, who did you learn, bro? Who did I learn from? Now, see, she know my cousins because we all grew up on the same block right there. They all went to Hirsch. She knew Johnny and Martha and Reggie. Them my people. And we used to all hang out on the block tripping out. I see you, Donna, down there. She live all the way in Brownsville. She live in Brownsville now too, Joe, right down the street from you.
Brownsville?
Yeah, Brownsville, right between Memphis and where you at.
Okay, Brownsville, Tennessee.
Yep.
Okay.
But
and what?
Go ahead.
Did she ask a question?
No, she was talking about the dance because she one of them ones, man. Back in the day, baby, we was damn that we talking about in the mid 70s when I first steps I ever took. Hell, I was the crash test dummy for my cousins. That was our crowd right there. We used to play softball in the alley every day. Right on 79th Street, baby.
Strike out.
So basically, here what we're.
Hey, Brian, hold up.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Anybody asking no questions now? What's the problem?
Well, no. Well, Joe, I know we don't really have any questions, and I actually, let me see. Jerome Cook just said, so I'm getting pieces, parts, but not where they belong on the floor. That's been my problem. Light bulb moment. So it's something. So what we just said has helped somebody here already.
Okay. I mean, listen. I want to help people with the dance. Listen to me. I can't. I'm in my 60s, dog. I can't take this dance with me.
That part.
And it's a lot of people stuff they want. I know I got it and know how to give it to them. I can give it to you from the 70s to now.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But at the time, I want to see instructors be able to do the same thing. Look, let me explain something to you. If I was trying to be greedy and be that type of dude, I'd be all over Facebook every time we turn around.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be doing videos, doing dance moves, all kind of stuff to get my popularity going.
Mm-hmm.
I would be telling you about.
This ain't no popularity contest, that's for sure.
Huh?
I said this ain't no popularity contest. This is about giving the dance.
I would listen. I would jump in the World Orgies a bunch of times so I can be seen and be known. I would try to do everything that is if I was trying to build popularity. I'd be trying to give you classes online in this dance, all kind of stuff. But see, somebody asked me, Joe, why you don't do classes online? So let me explain to you why I don't do classes online. It's hard enough for you to pick up what an instructor is giving you in the classroom. So you think you could pick it up listening to them on a video?
Mm-hmm.
The only way that's kind of possible is that you already got a basic dance already and you understand the dance and they showing you something in the video, it's easy for you to pick it up. Because if somebody told me, Joe, I want you to pick this dance move up and send me a video, I see it, that's okay, I got it. And I can do it because I understand the dance. I understand where it's supposed to go, all of that. But when you have people in class, and you doing classes online, they can say they understand, but when they got to put it on the dance floor, it doesn't transition. It don't work that way.
Right.
And if that's the case, there's so many videos out there with people dancing. Why they can't pick up everything like that?
Yeah. Wise Cat
So
says instructors
I'm
need
not
to
saying that.
stop talking about one another. This also keeps up confusion.
Yeah, I'm not. Lex, I'm not trying to down nobody. But my thing is, I'm trying to help the dance community itself.
Right. When the last time you heard
If
somebody say that?
if you're trying, check this out. If you're taking classes online and they're actually working for you, because in most cases they work better for women than they do guys. It's hard to teach a guy on a video because the guy has to learn so much more than a woman because the woman follows.
Right. Now, that's another very important point. And a lot of people don't really understand that. The men have a much harder job learning this dance because of the necessity for the lead. Where women in the basic dance, if he understands that lead and the women have their basic dance down, it's almost like putting it in drive and mashing on the gas. It's gonna go.
Yeah, because and guys not only do they have to lead, but see, guys have to understand how to lead, how to follow, and do their dance at the same time.
Right. Elamar
See, guys,
Lamar wants to know, how can we obtain this course, and does this include Joe's mentorship? I can tell you yes to the second part, and he will explain to you how to get it.
wait a minute, hold on. Is this an instructor?
No. No.
This is a student.
This is a student.
Okay. He on that. Check this out. It's Miss Dawn that lives in Dallas, right? She want me to mentor her. I got one problem. I live in Tennessee. She live in Dallas.
Well, that's not a problem. People travel.
No. Listen. No, brother. Hear me out. Well, she came by your house when we was in Chicago.
Right.
I gave her some basic stuff.
See, we did workshops in Chicago last week, y'all. I'm just saying, at my crib.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
She said, you gave me stuff that nobody ever gave me. And it's basic stuff. I didn't give her something that's just been reinvented. I mean, this newly made, it just came out. It's stuff that's been around. That's what I wrote. I took what I saw people teaching and put it together. Basically, put it in a format. Put it together like it should be. Because like I said, I ain't said not one instructor was teaching wrong dance steps and wrong moves. Never said that.
Right.
But they giving bits and pieces. Okay, it's like you can't drive a car with bits and pieces of an engine. You got to have a complete engine for it to run.
That's right.
So it's the same thing. Anything, bits and pieces. You pitter paddling through it, trying to figure out how to do it. Because people feeding you pieces like a puzzle. You're trying to put a puzzle together and don't have all the pieces there yet. So what I did was I put the dance together in a complete form, in an outline, in a syllabus on how it should be taught to a man and a woman, with timing and everything. Because I seen people tell guys, man, your timing is off. But the bad part about it, after you tell them their timing is off, you don't tell them how to fix it.
Right. You can tell them anything, but if you don't know how to fix it, what difference do it make?
It's the same like me when I see people, and it ain't just instructors, just people, period. I see people correcting people on the dance. You always correcting somebody. I mean, well, I don't mean correcting like you correct something they did wrong, but you always tell them that they doing something wrong and don't know how to correct it. You're doing that wrong and then walk off, or you're doing your time is off and walk off. You can't explain and teach them how to do it. Why would you tell them it's stuff is jacked up if you don't know how to teach them how to fix it? So,
and Lord knows I done seen you spend plenty of time helping people. I'm gonna just tell y'all, this is one of them testimonial moments. It's been countless times I have literally stood and watched Joe take 10 minutes and straighten out a person's damn near whole dance, only because, not because what they were doing was wrong, but they didn't understand what they were doing, and he put it in a context that made it easy to understand, and they were able to do it. It's like magic. I think I'm going too far with that, but I'm just saying. I'm telling y'all that when you understand what you're doing, it becomes so much easier. Oh my God, it really does. It's amazing.
Look at one time I had a woman cuss me out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She cussed me out because I helped her with the dance, and after I finished with it and didn't take that long, she said, all the classes I took, and this all it was? I said, yeah, that's all it was. She said, I done spent all that. I say, man, I ain't gonna do it then. You asked me this time. So I helped you with what I know.
That's it.
But basically, she cussed me out. I guess because she couldn't cuss the rest of them out, so she took it out on me.
Hey, but she got what she needed, baby.
Yeah, she got what she needed, you know. So it, but see this, and now this is my dilemma. Because I'm not popular, because I don't be on the world largest stage, all of that. People don't fly me in nowhere like they do a lot of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Well, it ain't, Joe. It ain't. That ain't the reason. The reason is because people are not familiar with you because you don't have that. That stage. I've been on stage. That popularity, and a lot of people just don't know who you are. Not like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Part of popularity.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's part of popularity, man.
Well, it is. But since you're not on them stage, man, what'd you do? Turn your phone sideways?
No, man. Call me back later. Let me see if I can hang it up.
Jamila Salim, how you doing? She said, what do I mean understand what you're doing? Well, what I mean is that when when we dance, let's break it down like this. When we dance, and let's just take stepping out of it. When we dance, when we just out here kicking it, right? And we're doing our dance, we dance because we feel the music and it feels good and we do our thing, right? But the fact is there are different dances, okay? Like say, for example, when you was coming up and they would, you whatever the popular dance was at the time, you did it. But you did it based on the way you saw other people doing it, or there was a process by which to do it, which made it look like the other dances, right? So you understood it to some degree. But let's see. I can't answer that. Let me do it this way. Oh, there we go. So you can't do it. You're doing it based on what you saw others do, right? So there was really no explanation for it. Now, the way this dance is based on other dances. Hold on, Joe. Okay, there you go. The way this dance is, and based on other dances, you have to keep in mind that there is a pattern. There's a process by which to operate in this dance, and mainly because you're not dancing alone. You're dancing with a partner. In order for it to look good, because as men, our job is to look good and showcase the woman. That's what we're supposed to do as leads. So we have to understand what it is that we're doing. We not only do we have to lead, we have to follow. We have to understand what she's doing in order to make what she does look the way that it's supposed to, while at the same time looking like we're in control. That's knowing what you're doing. And it is simple, but then on the other hand, it has a little bit of, nuance to it that requires some understanding. And when you understand that, most people can't explain what they are doing. A lot of these instructors, for example, I've watched instructors, they'll get in front of a group and they'll say, okay, y'all follow me, do this, and they'll count it off and they'll do the moves and that type of thing. And all that's fine. But if you literally ask some of these people who are less articulate, have less of an ability to explain why you're taking the steps that you are, why you're moving the way that you are, then it is you're at a bit of a, I don't want to call it a loss, but you don't have as much information to work from. So understanding the dance in a way that you can convey it to the person that you're teaching makes it that much better for the student and everybody involved. Go ahead, Joe.
Go ahead on what?
I don't know. Add
you
on to what I said.
Because like I said, my phone had hung up.
Okay.
So somebody asked you a question or something?
No. El Lamar said, you taught me a simple stroll that I was doing different and helped my timing. I've gotten more compliments since then in my dance. So there you go, Joe. You helped him out.
Okay. I mean, listen, it's not hard if you understand the dance system.
Yeah.
But you give guys a bunch of numbers and tell them to dance. And pay attention to the numbers and not pay attention to the woman in the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not leading numbers. You're leading the woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? the last thing we said you were talking about world largest stage and all that kind of stuff. I guess what I'm gonna do is I guess make videos or do some different things or something. I mean, but
Well, no,
I'm
we got some stuff we working on, y'all. Just stay tuned. We gonna see. The thing is, let me just give it to the public in general. Part of the reason why, and understand that this thing has been documented for a few years now. This is not new. None of this is new. But it's been a slow process to unveil it and roll it out because there's some things happening in the background that we're working on. Because what's the point in talking about something like this when you don't have when you want people to see what you're working on? So the product is developing. And as soon as the product is ready, then everybody else will get to see. And when I say product, I'm talking about students that are already in the works. When they come out here, there's a couple of them running around out here now they're doing fantastic. What'd you say, Joe?
I can do workshops and weekend things and set stuff up, because then I'll be in charge. So I'm trying to work on getting the studio down here.
Yeah. So when this happens, it's up to every individual, because people can go where they want, they can learn from who they want, they can spend their money what they want. Yeah. But the bottom line is when the people who come from this camp get out here in the world, that people have a choice. It's not, because the same thing I've always done with this show. I don't tell you who to fool with, who not to fool with, who's foul, who's good. What I tell you is I give you examples of what things are, and from there you make a decision about what you choose to spend your money and your time on. So the same thing applies over here. All we're doing is going to give an option that allows you to make a decision about what's best for you. And if you choose to go that route, knock yourself out. We good.
Here you go. Here you go, Brian. Here's
Brick in the building. Too. What's up, man? Go ahead.
Hey, check this out.
Neville's, what's happening, Ambassador?
Hey, instructors. Check this for instructors. If you are doing this or you still doing this, stop going around telling people that come from different instructors that they've been taught wrong.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Mm-hmm.
That means your skill set ain't that good as an instructor. Now I'm talking to instructors. Quit going around when people go to a different instructor, somebody you got nerve to say, oh, what they taught you is wrong. That's wrong. First of all, let's get something straight. You want to be technical. What you teaching is wrong. If you want to put it like that. If somebody learned things in this dance and it may not look right, or they might not be moving in the right direction, don't say they wrong. Just fix it. Help them with the dance.
Yeah, that part.
If they say, okay, look, I see what you're doing, but it turns out if you move this way, it gives it a different look or a better look. Or if you add this to it, it'll be like this. But don't go to tell them, oh, that instructor taught you wrong. He know what he was doing. Evidently, you must know what you're doing if you got to put another instructor down and make yourself look good.
That's right. That's right. Tearing somebody else down ain't gonna build you up
at all.
That's a fact.
Because eventually, when the people that you're dealing with, they start getting better, when they can actually see through your stuff, they be like, oh, he really ain't that good of an instructor.
Right. They're gonna tell on themselves.
The truth about you start coming out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fact.
So yeah. Man, don't do that. Oh, they taught you wrong. They know what they were doing. No, you may be teaching them another little piece.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean what they learned was wrong. They might be giving them something else and calling it something else.
But see, now let's talk about the elephant in the room though. Part of the reason why a lot of people end up in some of these situations is because they don't know, being straight up, who to spend their money with. And then they spend their money with some of these people who really don't have their best interest at heart. They're not really trying to teach dance. They're more interested in getting in your pockets. And the simple fact is, then you done spent 5 years and $5,000 trying to figure out why you still can't do the things that you want to do and execute the dance the way you want to. And what we're working on is to help eliminate all of that. That way you can go through a process that is basically guaranteed to give you the basic dance. And it doesn't matter where you go moving forward, you'll be able to dance with anybody on the floor, period.
And not only that, even people with physical limitations.
That's right.
If they understood the dance, they can make an adjustment. But it's hard to have physical limitations and nobody explain the dance to you where you can make your adjustments.
Yeah.
Figured I'd shoot that in. But hey, you know what? That's kind of on my mind a little bit about girls. So we talking in circles. Now I'm
Let that go, Joe.
I can't. You know me. I can't. Check it out. Especially when it comes to the dance. Now this is what I mean. Maybe we're saying some things that she's heard. So it seems like we're talking in circles because I guess she still see the same thing. So I'm gonna say it like that.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
First of all, that's a very open-ended question, and the reason I'm not, why I say let that go, is because of this. There are going to be people who, no matter what, are going to push back and push against the work, because again, they're let's just be honest. People do things for a lot of different reasons, and I used to be one of those people. I ain't gonna say like you, Joe, because but I used to be one of those people where something like that might bother me. But what I've learned, and I ain't gonna lie, I learned a lot of stuff from steppers. But one of the things that I've learned is that most of the time, other people's problems ain't my problems. Right. And whatever their view of it is, without an open dialogue and some clarity and explanation being provided, people are gonna think things. I just got a comment in here, and I know he came in late. One of my guys, Brian Jeffries, he says, "Why are we paying to learn how to step? We learned at our house in the basement." Brian, well, he's not a stepper, not like that. So I understand where that comes from, but that is part of what I addressed at the opening of the show. We are not. This is not that time. This is a completely different time and a completely different era.
You got to remember something. You didn't pay nobody back then because at the time we were all kids.
That part. Then there's that.
And the Chicago during that time. And just like any kid across the country, they get together and they dance. And they can't explain it. They just do it till they figure it out. And that's what we were doing. Nobody was giving you an explanation on how these things actually.
Right. You just did it, and if it looked cool, then you got away with it. So because that's how we got out.
So you dance 7 days a week, basically. Get out the bed, go on to school, everything, brush your teeth, doing all kind of stuff. You dance constantly.
Let me read. Go ahead.
When I came home, everybody from my generation, like after the 70s, we was like, "Oh man, ain't nobody trying to do no 8 count. I don't know about touch it. I already know how to step. We don't need no count. We ain't have to count."
Right.
We didn't because we was kids.
Right. Well, and then there technically was no official structure. Although we understood the basic format of the dance, we weren't. Well, it was not like it is now. We're in a different world.
We had a structure because it was universal, because everybody was able to go to different schools in different neighborhoods and dance with people.
Right. And now we're dealing with doctors, lawyers, and old folks. So there you go.
Now you're dealing with people with kids, grandkids, elderly people, people with handicaps, all kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now let me read a couple of these comments. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. What was you going to say? Was you about to say something, Joe? I don't want to stop. I didn't mean to stop you.
No. I was just saying, for us, how we learned back in the day. Just doing it all the time. But like I said, but nowadays it's different because now you're dealing with people that has children, grandchildren, responsibilities, and they can't dance like we did back in the day. So you have to set aside time to be able to teach them. And then you need a structured format to be able to teach them from.
Right.
If you're actually trying to teach the right thing, man. Because
everybody show don't know it. That's for sure.
I say this. I mean, but you got cities across the country. Listen to me. When it comes to stepping, it's the same in every city across America. City, state. When it comes to this dance, you got from 3 to 5 different groups in the city. Nobody wants to work together. Everybody wants to have their own class. Everybody wants to be the big kahuna.
Everybody want to throw a party. Everybody want to,
you think you're going to be in this dance. Instead of y'all coming together, learning how to build your city, getting the right instruction so everybody can be on the same page, do classes on different nights. No, y'all want to be hateful, envious, backbiters, all that kind of stuff, and prevent the dance from going where it need to, because you want to be a big shot.
Ego. Back
Now
to
I'm
the
saying
ego.
people fall out with each other, join different groups. You got one city got 4 or 5 parties
Mm-hmm.
in 1 year.
Little
But
bitty,
they want
look,
you to come
small
out
cities ain't even got 1 million people in it.
I mean, look at each group got about 5, 6 people, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want your own thing, because y'all don't want to work together as a family the way to
Well,
actually build your
but you
city.
know what, and I can speak for that myself right here in San Antonio. It was a period where we had that going on, and we tried very hard to unify everybody, and them big egos just couldn't. They just had to. They had to do it now, but now we have nothing. So that's what happens when you end up with that. People just need to work together and figure it out and stop trying to step on each other's toes and walk all over each other and all the stuff that other things go on. Netta McCormick, huh?
I could say, but that's something different.
No, it ain't. It's the same. Look, you got people, everybody want to be a damn big shot. You know how many times I done had people try to name drop to me, people in Chicago, people I know they government names, and you try to tell me something about them like you know something I don't. You knew. I ain't new to I ain't new to this. I grew to this. You dig? Don't come at me telling me nothing about nobody that you think you so cool with that don't nobody else know what's up. Come on now, stop.
I mean, but because you cool with them, look at just because you cool with somebody that can dance, don't mean you can dance.
Well, then there's that, and don't mean they're your friend either. Quick, Joe. Let me read these comments. Netta McCormick, my girl out there in Cali, she said we had an out of towner come do a workshop, and this particular student is good and leads. The out of towner told her she's doing it wrong, and she don't need to lead but work on your follow. We were not feeling that out of towner at all. Very rude. Now we have Dewan Dallas, who says, yes, I've attended Josiah Burt's class and it was amazing. He has a way of making even the most complex steps feel accessible and easy. His passion for the dance is contagious and creates such a supportive environment where everyone feels comfortable to learn. I am a fan. There you go. See there? Calvin Hayes wants to know, percentage-wise, how much accountability is on the instructor versus the student for learning to dance? That's a good question. Thank you, Calvin.
Let me see. Let me say this first of all. For as instructing is concerned, Calvin, it's 100% on the instructor. Because the student is only going to be as good as the instructor is. Now, don't get me wrong. It's going to be some people that just ain't going to pick it up right.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You're going to have people that's going to have problems. I understand that.
Well, it's like any other instruction, though. You have everybody don't learn the same either. So depending on what kind of an instructor it is, and do they understand that person?
But overall, it's the instructor's responsibility to teach his students. I'm going to give you an example. Say, for instance, you got some people that they can't move right because of disabilities and different things, but they understand the dance and understand what to do.
Mm-hmm.
That means the instructor did his job. But if they don't know what to do or understand things, people are only good if they've been instructed.
Yeah, that's true.
People are only good if they've been instructed.
Yeah,
they can't do what they don't know.
Mm-hmm.
If they depended on you to give them instruction in this dance, then that's who they depended on.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get it, you won't tell them to go see somebody else that can actually help them. I've seen people in cities, because the people won't come to them, they'll block anything that's coming into the city.
Mm-hmm.
If they can't grow, they don't want you to grow.
Right.
I don't see stuff. So if anybody understands what I'm saying, in every basically city that's across the country, it's the same scenarios going across the country. And then, people see people in the world largest, right? And people dance. And they win.
Mm-hmm.
When you call the people into your city, they want to roll out, I'm going to bring it to my city. Who said they know how to teach?
Right. Just because you're a good dancer definitely don't make you a good instructor.
They teach. And that's not the disrespect anybody. Here's another thing too. That's not an opinion. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that get on stage and win cannot teach. They can show you a couple of things, because showing somebody something and teaching them is two different things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Big brother Bruce in the house. I see you, family. This young lady, Netta McCormick, says, my knees are bad and sometimes I have to turn slower than faster depending on how my body feels. Regina said, I have bad knees. I had an instructor who had my knees hurting all the time. When I quit that instructor, my knees also much better. Hey, look, we ain't no youngsters no more. They'll play no games. All of these things matter. And then show you, just to show you right quick, as male leads, how many times have instructors taken the time out with men to teach them the understanding and the etiquette that you must understand who you dancing with so that you know that there's certain things that you can and cannot do with that individual. See, that's another part of instruction a lot of people don't get.
Okay, watch this. Let me say a name who was real good at this. Irie Israel was good at etiquette.
He's great at etiquette. He's one of the
teaching. Irie was teaching people about the etiquette of the dance, direction of travel on the floor, when you go on the floor, where you're supposed to be at, how you protect the woman on the floor, what she got on, what she doing, shoes. Irie did all of that.
Yep.
Irie did all
he
of
had
that.
In fact, he's got a list out. I've got it somewhere. I need to dig it out.
Oh, but this the point. Just like we said, now you got all these people instructing. Ain't nobody teaching no etiquette or nothing.
Well, you can't teach what you don't know. Half these people don't even know the etiquette. They can't teach what they don't know.
That's my point.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not that we're not trying to stop people from teaching. We're just trying to help you get a better way to teach.
Right. That part. And make it more palatable for everybody that's trying to learn so that when they get out here on the floor, they don't feel like they're insecure. They don't feel crazy or out of place or like they missing something. Because I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to lie. I'm going to tell you something I can't stand. I hate it when I see a woman dancing with somebody and you watch some of these guys, they instructing on the floor. You got like they know everything. They got all they know. You can't tell them. Then you got the ones that's always trying to act like that everything that they're doing is what's supposed to be done. And Joe and I personally both know of a young lady who stood in front of one of Joe's students. Now, let me show y'all how this go. Had one of his students stood in front of somebody who was an instructor who called themselves, thought they was going to mess her up. And they asked her, what was she doing? And she turned around and asked him, no, what are you doing? And she gave him what he was supposed to know and shut that down. That's the difference between what you get over here and some of these other folks. When you leave here, you know what you got. It ain't no question. None. Your confidence is there because you get the game, the real game.
I see people run people away from the dance.
Yeah, we got a couple people on here that said they done kind of quit dancing.
Yeah, because you got people that they run into, and I don't know what it is. People got a habit of dogging people out when they not that good themselves. I done seen people have came back and told me what somebody is supposed to be an instructor said to them about what they do on the dance floor, and then them same people that's instructed look like hot garbage on the floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean,
I got a question from Kevin Portier. He wants to know, how long should a student stay in a class with an instructor who doesn't want to learn new techniques from other instructors because they think they know it all, and the student been in the class for over 5 years learning the same old thing over and over? Ooh, I already know where you about to go on that one, Joe. Go ahead, take it.
Fool me once. Shame on you.
Mm-hmm.
Fool me twice. Like the president said, you can't get fooled a second time. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Listen to me. If you've been traveling across the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've been seeing people do things that you can't do, and you even bring it to your instructor's attention,
mm-hmm.
and they don't try to figure out how to make this stuff to get you better, and you still doing the same thing, and you still in their class.
Yeah, you got to get on down. You can't.
Hey, don't be no stepper dummy. You gotta get out there and get smart in the game.
Once you have. It's kind of like, it's just like any other relationship. You got a man, you know he cheating on you, you know he ain't doing right by you, and you stay there anyway. That's on you. You got to get up and get down. If you got somebody that's not making you feel comfortable in your dance,
like this, Brian. Like this here. You got a boyfriend, somebody you just dealing with, and he just ain't doing right by you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't marry him. Leave.
There you go. Get on down.
Treat you right.
Gotta go. 2 at a time. Gotta go.
Listen to me. If you're instructing this dance, People in your class from 6 to 12 months should have a basic dance. Now, not watch how I say this now. I didn't say they had a perfect basic dance.
Right.
They got a basic dance. They know what to do and know how to make it better. In 12 months, they should have that.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, and I'm saying like this, about 18 months, you should be able to kick them out the nest.
Yeah. They shouldn't even be in class no more.
I didn't kick some people out of the nest before.
Mm-hmm.
And they got mad at me. I said, what's wrong with y'all? They said, well, we got to leave. I said, you don't have to leave. I said, you don't have to pay me no more. I done gave you the dance. You know what to do.
That's it.
I said, so you want to still come to the class? Come to the class. I ain't got a problem with that. But what you was paying me to teach you, I taught you. I said, can't you follow? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got footwork. Yeah. Can you pick up things and ask your dance? Yeah. You can do all those things. You got your own skill set stuff. Yeah. What you want?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you just want to give me, I told her, if you just want to give me some money, you can get it to me. All right. But the class you're done with.
There you go. Therapy.
When you teach, there should be a start and there should be a finish.
Yeah, start and finish. And there should be a, I don't want to call it a graduating ceremony, but there should be some rite of passage that lets you know you are prepared to go out on the floor and continue to advance your dance through the nuances and the personal skill sets that go with the basic dance, and that's all on you after that.
The system that we came up with, that we put in place, is to teach you a basic dance. It's not to make you a superstar. It's not
that's
to make
on
you
you.
cold. But the thing is, it's gonna give you the tools that you could be those things if you show desire.
Mm-hmm.
After basic dance, everything else is left up to you.
Mm-hmm.
I done had people that was at the 6-point mark with me and would go places, and people like, man, who your instructor, man? And they say, people tell them like, you don't look like you've been dancing on 6 months, you look like you've been dancing for a few years. And that's because if you know what to give your people, they gonna look like that.
Right.
Listen, I ain't doing nothing special. I'm giving them what's out there in a formatted system.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't having reinvented no wheel.
Hey, Joe, I got a question on here, and I'm sitting here trying to make my mind up how to process it, and I think I'm gonna have to ask you this question. One of our YouTube users, Tara P. Now, at the top of the show, we talked about instructors and what that looks like in terms of actual factual qualifications versus somebody calling themselves an instructor. But Tara P says, what qualifies someone to be an instructor? That's a loaded ass question, but
not really. Go check that.
Go ahead.
She said, "What qualifies somebody be an instructor?" So let me say like this here: what must a person know to be certified to be an instructor?
No. See, now that covers what we talked about at the beginning of the show. But that question in its purest and most basic form that they put it in, what qualifies someone to be an instructor? Is there such a thing?
But this is what they have to understand. The things that we've been explaining about instructors is what you should be looking for.
Well, they need to go back to the beginning of the show because I can tell they ain't been on here the whole time.
Wait a minute. If the instructor can't do the things that we've been talking about on this show, then why would you go to him?
Right. Why would you spend a dime?
Now, don't get me wrong. And look here. Now let me speak on behalf of the instructors. I understand that you've took the dance and you're trying to make it grow in your city because you want the dance to grow. You want to be able to step, so you instructed, okay? You may tell your people, I can teach you thus, and thus, but I can't teach you the rest of it. So I'm gonna give you this, but then you got to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Right. That's a person with integrity, though. Everybody don't have that. They're gonna keep taking your money.
I'm gonna teach you thus, and thus, but I'm gonna get somebody else to come in to help you, so we keep it going.
Keep you interested. A lot of people lose interest because of this.
Yeah, but like I said, most people ain't gonna do that no way, because everybody want to be a big shot. I want to be the big man on campus.
Mm-hmm.
And all that is that's like scary type bullies, not real bullies, but fake bullies.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That you got on big boy pants. Hey, like check it out. You got on big boy pants when ain't nobody around. But when people know the game come around, you know your fruit of the loom starts showing.
Nah, that part right there. They get nervous.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When people know the dance show up.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
So,
damn it.
all right, Joe. We gonna cut it short.
Yeah.
Cause y'all just in case my audience didn't know, y'all know we could do this all night.
Of course, we didn't want to do that.
Hell, sometimes we do it all night. Shit.
Well, I mean, you know, when it's just me and you, or some other people, we get together. You know how we do it. Anyway.
Right. Now, something Bruce just said, my man Tree. He said many of them today not having fun or enjoying the dance is more about the attention and being part of the in crowd. Yeah. Facts.
Hey, it's people. Okay, hold up. It's people out here that's got into this dance that really didn't have a life outside of the few people that they deal with going to work every day.
That's true.
Didn't have a life.
Facts.
I mean, they had a life, but they wasn't popular in the life. You go to work, you hang with a few people you know, you may go get a couple of drinks or work, you go out every now and then. And when you go to the club, a regular club, you go to the club, everybody ain't talking to you, they ain't affiliating with you, or they ain't doing any of that kind of stuff. They're not socializing with it. You just dealing with the few people you know and you leave. You may speak a couple people, you leave. That's all like they had. People coming to this dance and learn how to dance. Man, they feel like superstars. They get attention. Man, there's men, there's women.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't never had that much attention in their life.
Man, especially these guys. This dance is a cheat code for some of these lames, man. They get out here and start learning how to dance. They ain't never had this much access to a woman in their life. Boy, look. They ain't got a clue what it is to be around no women.
That's crazy.
Yep. So,
but yeah, that's how I go. People, everybody got their own ulterior motive in this dance. A lot of people don't look at. A lot of people, if you can't boost them to where you at or higher, they don't want to deal with you.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Joe, we got a couple of people that want to know how can they reach you, how can they find you, how can they get up with you so they can come down and get some of that good game you got for them.
Man, hit me on Messenger.
Y'all hear that?
Hit me on Messenger.
Hit that man up on Messenger and get this game and get it the right way the first time.
Yeah,
let me tell y'all, let me put it to y'all like this right here. When you go and you get with Josiah Burt for your dance, whatever money you done spent, whatever you done did in the past, all that's fine. But this is where you going to spend your last real big money learning this basic. But when you leave Josiah Burt's class, unless you just absolutely got 2 left feet, and I mean literally 2 left feet, you'll be able to dance. And it ain't going to be no all year thing. And you're going to come away from there in your rightful place. That's just the bottom line. And I'm not just saying that because we are working on things together in different ways. I'm trying to assist him to get this thing off the ground. Please understand, this is not, while I am a cheerleader for this, understand that I'm telling you what's real, the practical side of it, the real side of it. And y'all know on Inside Stepping, one thing I ain't going to never do is lie to you. If I don't do nothing else, I ain't going to tell you no lie. I just won't say nothing. So believe when I tell you, you're going to get what you got to get out of here. So y'all reach out to that man on Messenger. And he will, if you ain't on Facebook, reach out to me on Inside Stepping, and we will make sure that you get in touch.
He'll trying to give you my phone number. Hey, text me first. If you message me, just message me and put your phone number and I can call you, because if your phone number's not in my phone's not going to ring. Text me.
Go ahead, Joe.
Brian to give you the phone number, or if you can hit me on Messenger. And look here, fellas, listen to me, man. There's some fellas already on the dance floor. You ain't got to be just like a super beginner. But if there's some things that you don't understand about the dance, man, let's get some clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Come get these lessons and fix your dance. Because my thing is like this here. If I teach you something, by the time I finish with you, you ain't got to go to nobody else. You ain't got to come back to me. You'll have it.
There it is. Amanda Russell.
They'll tell you.
Amanda Russell, she put up a part thing here. She says, now, Amanda, we already covered this part. I'm guessing you came in a little later. She says, unpopular opinion. You can't qualify culture, but you can discern who you choose to get it from. Standardization is great, but those who want education or want to educate will always find a willing participant. Most of the greats got it for free. Absolutely. We agree 100%. Nobody, again, like we said at the beginning of this, nobody is obligated to do anything. You do whatever you want with your time and your money.
Yes, indeed.
You know? That's simple fact. We agree.
But make sure when you get it, you're getting it right.
Yeah, that part. But if you let me put it like this. If you don't get it right, you'll be over this way soon enough. Kevin Portier say, one more question about DJs. Should DJs play more than 2 walking songs? That is going to be a question that is best answered, that the way you make that determination is going to be based on, and I'm speaking as a DJ, who's in the crowd, who's there, and is this that type of set? Is it a set where, because I've been in play, and it depends on where you are geographically as well. Some places walking is not a big thing. And it should, people should be walking, but 2 songs is a standard because walking has been introduced into this community a little stronger in recent years. Not that it ever went anywhere, but in recent years it's become a lot more popular. And so we are mandated basically by populace to play at least 2 walking songs. But there was a time, and a lot of people need to understand, that steppers didn't walk. Now I'm going to say it again, because there's going to be people who are going to tell me, yes, they did. And I'm going to tell you, I can prove it. I got receipts.
Hey.
Go ahead, Joe. I'm going to let you handle it. Tell it.
Back in the 70s, we didn't walk. Mm-hmm. We slow danced.
Yep.
Let me explain how it went now. Sam Chapman threw parties. We went to Sam Chapman parties. They wasn't stepping sets. They were parties. Everybody was there as a teenager. It's just that when Sam played stepping music, they cleared the floor and we got down. Now I'm going to use a word that Reggie Miles used. We was out there peacocking, getting shows.
That's
so
right.
We can, when the music slow down, we can grab somebody and get close to them and slow dance. But wasn't no walking going on. The only people who were walking was the older crowd.
Mm-hmm.
The boppers was walking.
And they was not in the stepper sets with the kids.
And they were in the stepper community.
Right. 2 different environments.
A few boppers that came from, I'm going to say about, I said no more than 5 boppers from the bop community came over the steppers, because there was 2 separate things, because they were older and we was kids.
Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
But I would say 3 walking songs. I'm gonna give you a reason I'm saying it, because when you look at like different like hip hop clubs and things like that, they have a point where they got the crowd on fire. They dance and get down. The 3 slow songs that they would play was to give everybody a break, to cool down. You know what I mean? And then they'll crank it back up after that. So yeah, I would say about 3 slow songs, couple of or 2 slow, or I'm not slow songs, 2 walking songs, and maybe 3 line dance songs.
Yeah, we even have to throw line dance songs in there. Now I get, look, Maddie B ain't gonna beat me up. I done got the evil eye from Maddie B a couple of times. I'm in there playing a set. Maddie B walking, look at me like, oh shit, let me play some walking. Let me hurry up, play some line dance before I get beat up.
Yeah. So you give everybody a little bit of a little flavor.
That's
like
right.
In hip hop club,
you got to read the room.
Yeah, they would play the hip hop music, and then at like 12 o'clock, about 12, they start playing the slow music. Then after the slow music, they jump in probably with some reggae.
Mm-hmm.
And probably jump to a couple of house songs. Then they go back to what they were doing.
Let me take this time too. Tony Anthony just put up a statement that I want to read, and it's very important that I read this, because I need all y'all out there in Inside Steppin' Land. If you have not already booked your tickets for the homecoming in Chicago, baby, you need to hurry up. You really want to know, this is what Tony said, you really want to know about Chicago, stepping to the roots, the history, come to the Chicago homecoming in October 2025. That ain't October. That's in September. It's Labor Day weekend, Tony. You got the wrong date. Irie Israel, and you will get the best of everything. that you really need to know about Chicago style stepping the right way. If you miss it, that's on you. And a golden opportunity that you have. It doesn't get any better than this. You will see the best dancers, the best instructors. You will hear the best music. Now, I'm going to tell y'all straight up, that homecoming going to be a beast, man. They've already sold since it was announced a week before the world's largest, because we were going to announce it at the world's largest, but I already went ahead and made the announcement a week early. The first week, 250 rooms have been sold out. Now it's over 800 at the McCormick Inn in Chicago. And let me tell y'all something. That is a beautiful place. That set is going to be off the scale, baby.
It's basically, if you want to be technical, Brian, it's just like saying we having Steppaganza in Chicago.
I think it's going to be bigger, man.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
Oh.
But remember the atmosphere
Yeah.
of Steppaganza?
Yeah.
With all the out of town.
Yeah.
But now you doing in the Mecca.
Yeah. Kevin Neville's, the ambassador, is in the building. He said, if you play one, you got to play two. But you play three if the dance floor crowd warrants more. 2 to 3 sessions if possible. That's right. Thank you, Ambassador. I appreciate you.
DJ Neville's.
DJ, the ambassador's in the building. That's my dog right there.
Oh, shout out to my man, Calvin the DJ.
Oh, he said the event is 70% sold out, man. Y'all better get. Let me tell you something, baby. When I tell you that event right there gonna be big, it's gonna be huge. You need to be there. You need to beat. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. I'm telling you now. Patrice Robbins said she gonna be there for a whole week. She could touch everything. That's right. Brick said the hotel has 1,500 rooms and it's 70% sold already. Yes, it is, because they've got over 800 rooms sold already. I got mine in the first week. I'm just, man, look, I got to be in the building. That one there that's gonna be a barn burner, baby. It's gonna be the biggest stepper set in history. I guarantee it. In the meantime, let me also tell y'all, if you're in the Houston area for New Year's, you in the Texas region, y'all need to come on down to Houston and hang with your boy. We're gonna be at the Masquerade Ball right there in Houston, Texas. Stepper set, come through. Me, DJ Vale, and DJ Smooth Greenwood, we gonna be on the ones and twos doing the damn thing all day long. Get at us, y'all. Joe, we done went too daggone far like always. We done doggone went too far, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you know I'm old, need my rest.
Okay, that's what's happening. Yeah, you ain't lying. Look, I caught myself taking a nap before I did the show, and it didn't work out too well. I was out there in that hot Texas sun today. It was a beautiful day, man. I think it was about 80 something, 70, 79, 80 something today. It was a beautiful day.
It's kind of weird because it's November here, man. It's warm.
Yeah. Well, you know that they call that global warming. You dig?
Well, I don't know what they call it. I know it's warm though.
Netta McCormick, you wish you could go. Netta, you better be there. Come on. Don't wish. Be. All right. So Joe, look, man, I appreciate you, brother, like always, man, coming through. My man William Blue is in the building. The collaboration is real, sir. Absolutely. We got something else coming on. In the future, the collaboration, we working on something. Ain't that right, Joe? We're going to put this thing together, and we're going to give y'all something to sink your teeth into. Here.
Don't want to let no cat out the bag till we start putting.
I ain't letting no cats out the bag, man. I'm just saying. I'm just letting it be known. The collaboration is real. You dig? You understand me? Church on the move. All right. So, Ambassador talking about we got 9 more minutes. Man, I ain't talking to you for no 9 more minutes. Don't you call me either. You gonna
man, Neville be want to start fights. Man.
I know, all the time. He can't get that 10 tray out his head. You know, he wild. You know what I'm talking about?
Man. PL Julie.
He still want to be a thug. See? Yeah, Cadillac driving thug. No, I'm just playing.
Yep. Old one.
Oh my God. All right, Brian Jeffries, man. Yes, thank you, sir. Please call me. We need to make that happen. All right, Joe. Look, man. Appreciate you, baby. Love you. I want you to have yourself a good night.
Everybody out in the stepping world, we don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? We just want everybody to be able to enjoy this dance and have fun with it and learn the dance so they can have fun with it. We don't want you to, not trying to monopolize nothing, not trying to cause no problem. Just want to see everybody.
That's right.
Dance, have a good
and
time
you're welcome to join the official side of this thing. Stay where you at. It ain't gonna matter one way or the other. Bottom line is you're going to do what you do. Everybody going to do what they do. You're going to enjoy it the way you're going to enjoy it, man. Everything ain't meant for everybody. But in the advancement of making this thing go global and do what it's supposed to do, we working on something else. But we would rather have you with us than against us. So there you go.
Well, we'd rather have you on the inside than on the out.
That's right. Inside, baby. Inside stepping. Come on. All right, Joe. Holla back, man. Peace out.
Peace out, friend. Love you, man. Y'all be cool. Collaboration real. C4L.
Yes, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is, we got to, I keep saying, every time I say I'm going to try to keep the show under 2 hours, it always manages to creep on up there. But, when you got good people and you're dealing with good conversation, thank you, Ambassador. He said, great show. When you're dealing with good people, man, and you're working on something and you're trying to make something grow and you're trying to build something in earnest and not, there's no ulterior motives here. This is not no money grab. Ain't no money to get. And I'm gonna say, I've been saying it. I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna continue to say it for all y'all to think you get ready to make some type of financial windfall out of stepping some kind of way, whether you're instructing, promoting, or whatever you're doing. It ain't gonna happen. At least not now. I'm not saying that there might not come a time where somewhere down the road something may happen where some money get involved. I don't know, some real money. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. As a DJ, I've learned so much that I finally learned that stepping DJs, listen to me. When a DJ that plays stepping music, a real steppers DJ, come play your set, I want you to understand that this is purely a labor of love. We don't get paid nearly enough money for the work that we do. I know DJs that do a lot less work and make a lot more money playing music than anybody could play at events. They get paid a lot more. This is purely a labor of love, y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. So if you think that there's just all this money in this, don't. If you're not in this game in whatever capacity you in, if you're nothing more than just a dancer, enjoy the dance. If you're somebody that's trying to give a party, or you trying to, learn to DJ, you DJing, or you somebody that's trying to promote an event, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're trying to instruct, whatever it is. The only thing I'm gonna ask from you is to do it the right way. Find you a mentor, find you an instructor, find somebody that can show you the game, give you the game properly. Find somebody that that you can gel with, you can partner up with. Join a group, join an organization that's already doing something. But understand one thing very clearly. You will get way more aggravation out of stepping community than you will money. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm just being straight up. Now, I got plenty of promoters on this feed right now, and I promise you, they'll tell you exactly, DJs too, instructors too, and I promise you, they'll tell you that exactly what I'm saying is a fact. So you do whatever you want. Just don't be stupid about it. You dig? And do not forget, y'all, you can hit my man Kevin Neville's Super Bowl Sunday, February 9th, 2025 at the Grand Ballroom. He does that every year. It's a fantastic event. You can go there and watch the game and hang out. It is a real fun event. Y'all need to check that out. And you will be guaranteed a good time. It's always good. I love the Grand Ballroom. That's such a beautiful place. I'm going get me some snacks. Y'all see the producer lady ain't stuck her head in here tonight, right? That's unusual. I'm going to go see if she all right. Might be, man down. No. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Listen, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Let me give you my famous and favorite quote for the Steppers community right quick before I go. Never measure an event by the quantity of people in attendance, but by the quality of memories you create with the people who are present. You dig? Y'all remember that. Because see, again, it goes back to what I just said about the bread. Ain't no bread in this. Don't get it twisted. You can break even all day. But what you better do is love this. You don't love this, don't do this. Don't subject us to your shenanigans. Don't do it to me, because I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to get you on the inside step, and I'm going to talk about you real bad. I'm just saying. The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of its hosts, Urban Arts Enterprises, its advertisers, or affiliates, and are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.